Hey guys, it's me Ashil. To those of you who are joining for the first time, welcome. Before you do anything and before I say anything, just quickly go subscribe to my channel. It's pure vibes up in here. Vibes, you don't want to miss that, so go subscribe. I'll wait. Right. And of course, to those of you who are coming back to support, to like, to share my video, I say thank you first of all. And yes, so today this video is going to pretty much take the format of a makeup tutorial. I lost my train of thought. So we're going to do a makeup tutorial today, pretty much using drugstore makeup, well, mostly drugstore makeup, to achieve this look that you're seeing. Yeah. Yes. So if you'd like to see how I achieved this, how I went from basic to baddie using my drugstore makeup, please stay tuned. But before, please go subscribe to my channel, and of course turn on your notification bell so you will be up to date with the new videos. Once they come in, you won't sleep, you'll be updated. Okay, so guys, thanks again for your support, and let's get to the video. Okay guys, so we first have to start off by cleaning our face. You know, you need a clean canvas to work with. Okay, and moisturize. You definitely need a good moisturizer. This is an Olay Complete Moisturizer. Has SPF in there, so of course, you know, I'm protected from all these UV rays. I mean, you know, even if we're melanated, we can still get skin cancer, so you know, make sure you protect yourself. So of course I got my Olay. I'm just going to apply this to my skin. Dime size. My Becca Primer. I know I said affordable, but it's not the cheapest. It's not a drugstore brand, so you know you have to pay for like but guys, it's good. Trust me, it's good. I don't use that much, probably just this right here. I used to use Milk of Magnesia, which is not a primer. Again, I repeat, it is not a primer, but it got the job very well done. So I mean, I loved my stint while it lasted until I got this Becca Primer. And listen, so you just of course have to have a barrier between your makeup and your skin. So this is what the primer does. It's going to get a little tacky, not really too tacky, but it gets tacky, which holds your makeup in place when you actually do put on your foundation and your contour and your highlight, etc. It actually holds your makeup in place. So that's the purpose of your primer. So I'm using the Brow Stylist Definer. This is by L'Oreal Paris. Very good. I actually got onto this with Juvia Sugar Faces, and I have never tried anything else. I actually completely forgot about my pomade. So I've been a brow pencil girl ever since she introduced me to this, and I am in love. So I'm just going to map out, literally follow the shape that I already have, the shape that my brows actually have. I'm barely overlining. And of course, to the front of my brows, I'm going to go in an upward motion with my pencil just to mimic my hairs, so that it doesn't look too fake. I mean, we all know it's filled in, but it doesn't have to look so. So we don't want no box brows in 2021. We want our brows to look nice and natural. Yeah, so as you can see, I've already done or concealed this side of my face, the right face, the right the right side. So we're going to do this side over here, the right face. Wow. Yeah, so I'm using my Pro Conceal. This of course can be found at the drugstores. So I'm using this in the color Fawn just to highlight the bottom of my brow. And I said bottom because I'm not going to be using the concealer at the top. I'm actually going to use my foundation at the top of my brow, so as to get a better finish when I do apply my foundation. So I'm going to use this brush here, coat both sides of the brush, my concealer, get a nice flat end. We're going to go in. And what I'm going to do is bring this down to my lid area just so we could have an even base, and it actually can serve as a primer for our shadow. So we're actually killing two birds with one stone. So I'm not sure what happened with my recording. I literally lost my entire recording of me putting on my foundation. So I'm pretty much going to just walk you through that process because it's already done. I used my Maybelline Super Stay foundation. Very good foundation that you can get to at the drugstores. It's full coverage. As you can see, I only used 3 pumps for my entire face. So you can't go wrong. And of course, in putting foundation, you don't want to do a smearing application. You literally want to push the product into your skin. So that's what I did. I pushed into my skin with this brush. All my brushes are BS small, except for a few. When I do use them, I will tell you the difference, but most of them are BS small. So yes, so you push that product into the skin. So I have half a pump of that very foundation on the back of my hand, which I'm going to use to conceal the top of my brow. I was not going to, but just for teaching purposes, we're going to conceal the top. I'm going to use the very same brush that I used to conceal the bottom, and let's see. My light is so bright, it's literally blinding. Like my ring lights, it's kind of causing a glare. So right, so I'm going to just use that very same brush that I used to apply my foundation and just try to blend out that sharp line that I did there. So I'm going to use my concealer now to highlight my areas that need highlighting. So I'm going to use my Juvia's. I know I did say drugstore. I would use my Pro Conceal. You can use your Pro Conceal as well. The same shade that you used under your eye or your brow, you can use it. But I just prefer, in terms of my transferring and my blending, I prefer the Juvia's. So again, I'm giving you an alternative. You can use the Pro Conceal. So I'm using 2 shades today, the 13 and the 11. I'll show you how I use them. I'm going in first with the shade 11, which is the shade that I said. So I'm just applying this here under my eye region. This again is number 11 in that shade. And this is the darker of the two shades. I'm going to put here. And of course here. My T-zone. Okay, and then I'm going to go in with my number 13, which is, like I said, the lighter of the two, and apply it right here because I want a bright under eye region. So I'm just going to apply right here, somewhere on my nose, but that's okay, we'll blend it out. So I'm not sure if you can see the variation between the shades. And I'm going to use my Real Techniques brush. It's a setting brush. So I'm just going to spray it with just a little setting powder. Spray, sorry, a little setting spray. And I'm going to blend into my skin. And again, you're pressing down into the skin. You're not smearing, you're not dragging, you're literally pressing the product into the skin. And this can be done with a beauty blender as well. I use both. I use either, I guess it's dependent on my mood. So I'm using my setting brush today. I'm going to use my Juvia's Place. It's a shade stick in the shade Tunisia, je ne sais pas. But yes, it's a darker shade. It's darker than my complexion for sure, which is what it's supposed to be. I'm going to go right here, my forehead region, right? And of course, it's not compulsory that you use a cream to contour. You can also use your powder, whichever is more comfortable for you. So I'm using this brush, which is kind of like an angled brush. It's an angled brush, and I'm pushing the bottom of this brush, which is the flatter end. I'm pushing upwards, never blend downwards. Right, so I'm going to do this side as well. Jess! And here, I don't have to use the bottom of the brush. I use the entire brush just to blend out the perimeter of my face, my forehead, and again pressing into my skin, not smearing, not swiping. Swiper, no swiping. Using this brush, I'm not even sure of the brand, but it just says eyeshadow blender brush. It's actually supposed to be for eyeshadow because that's what it says, but I'm going to use it to blend my nose contour. And today I'm not doing a sharp nose contour. I'm not doing so I'm going to just put a little bit of product onto my brush, just a literal dab. Bring it up to my brows. And push it into my skin. Same thing here. And I'm going to go in again with some of my light concealer, because I kind of lost too much product. I kind of lost some of my nose highlights, so I'm just gonna go here. Now I'm going to blend what's left of my under eye concealer. So I'm going again with my little beauty blender. Well, not beauty blender, but my blender, my blending sponge. And it's literally just a straight line from my T-zone area and going down here. And I'm just going to blend everything together with my blending sponge, just literally pushing in the product into my skin. Before I apply my setting powder, just to even out my surface. Make sure you get the inner crease right there. So this is a translucent powder that I got from, I'm trying to remember the name of the company, but it's a subscription that I had, and they would send different beauty products every month. I think it's like 5 beauty products and a bag. They would send that every month. So this actually came in there, and I'm literally using it for the first time. I think in my last video, that was the first time I used it, and I actually like it. So I'm going with that same brush and just packing on the powder, tapping off the excess again. I'm not baking. I'm just tapping and packing on my powder. Yeah. So it's no longer shiny. Now you're starting to see the matte, and I love matte makeup. I love matte. I don't like dewy. So I'm going to pinch my brush here, put on some product, put on some powder, tap off excess, and pinch my brush like this, and go over my nose contour. Well, highlight. Okay guys, and I'm gonna put some bronzer. I'm going to use my I'm going to use my Black Radiance palette. So this has a contour, a sculpt, which is pretty much like a bronzer, and a highlight in there. So I'm going to use this one to kind of bronze up, and it's going to be in the same region as your contour. And I'm using an angled brush. Right? We're now putting some color back into the skin. So I'm just going to set my cream with a little powder. And I'm using the contour powder to do that. I really do look like a ghost, guys. You see my eyes? No color, no nothing. I look like a ghost. Yeah, and of course, not forgetting the nose contour. So I'm using my bronzer because I already used the dark powder, so I don't want too dark of a contour. I'm just going to use some bronzer. Alright guys, so yes, I'm going to do some blush now. I'm using my, it's a mess, I don't even want to show it to you all, but it's the Saharan Palette. Is it Saharan? Y'all, the memory is really, it's not good these days, huh? Yes, it is the Saharan blush volume 1. It's dirty, it's worn out, it's been through life, but it gets the job done. It gets the job done. So if you can see, this one broke, and it's my favorite. There's the Zara, it broke. So I'm going to probably mix these two, or maybe a mixture of these 3 colors here. 1, 2, 3 to blush, and this here will be my highlight. Okay, excuse again, it gets the job done. Okay guys, so I'm going to use this brush here, and always, again, your excess, dust it off or blow it off, whatever you need. But we're building up our product. We're not going in with too much, and then we can't correct it after. Okay. So, you know I love my rosy cheeks. At least, you know, the face is starting to get some color back into there. Even if my eyes have no color, at least, you know. And our eyes, I'm excited. I'm not really doing much on the eyes tonight, guys. I'm not doing, just like I said, it's just a basic everyday makeup look. So I'm probably going to do some neutrals, or probably, you know, So I'm using my James Charles Morphe palette. It's some really good colors in there if you know what it is. Going in some circular motion in my crease area. So you either do your windshield wiper movement like this, or the circular motions like this. So I'm going to do the very same on this side. Of course, whatever you do on one side, you do on the other. And if you notice, same goes for my eyelid. I'm building on my product, so I'm not starting with a lot of product. If you realize, light, and then I build up. So I'm going to use this. It's actually it's Real Techniques. It's actually a brow highlighting brush, so to put highlights up underneath your brow. But I'm actually going to use it for my lid color. So I'm thinking of probably a matte beige color, and then go over it with some shimmer. So of course, to brighten that lid color, you could always go in with some extra concealer, not to really cut a crease if you don't want to, that we can do in another video, but just to highlight that color and make it pop, make it a little brighter, you can go over it with just some concealer before you put in your lid color. But I'm just going, like I said, a little neutral tonight, so we're not going to do all of this. So I'm going to go in with a little of that brown again, just to blend. And we want remember we want no sharp cuts or lines, so just to, you know, right. And I'm using the NYX Liquid Liner, again another holy grail in makeup. Yes, so as we can see, I actually look like a person now because my eyes are no longer naked. So yes, so we're going to go in with our lash. So I've chosen this lash from my collection. I'm going to cut off the end. It has this really sharp end that can really stick your eye on either end, so be sure to do that. I'm using today my Duo Lash Glue, the clear one. So this is the glue that I'm using. I'm just going to line. It has a brush which makes it so much easier to apply. So you can either apply it how I'm doing on my lash line, or you can actually apply it like the liner like I just did on. So as soon as you let it get tacky, you just stick. The good thing about this glue is that when you put it on, it's blue. It has a blue tinge. I'm not sure if you're going to see it, but it actually dries clear. So once you're no longer seeing the blue, that means it's actually time to, it's tacky, and you can go ahead and put it on here. And I'm going to look downward so I can literally see my lash line, and so I could stick on there. Right, and it's as simple as this. So I'm going to do some regular degular NK lip gloss. I'm not doing any color or anything because this battery is already upsetting me. I'm just trying to be quick on here. And like I said before, I'm a gloss girl. I did a little overlining of my lips, if you can see. And of course my moles are highlighted. And I'm just missing one more thing, which is my highlight. I did not forget. No, I did not forget. So I'm going to use my same Real Techniques brush. And I'm just going to highlight. Can you see that? Popping. Blinding, yes. So guys, my battery died. But of course, I took the opportunity to slay my hair. And of course, you know, Uja Connect compliments Jana. You know. But yes, so I think we left off at the highlights. I added some bottom lashes. I have my white liner. And the look is complete. So thank you so much for joining. You know, I always appreciate constructive criticism, so use my comment section to let me know what you think about the look. If there's anything you do differently, some new techniques that probably you'd want me to try, and just like the video, subscribe if you have not already, and share. And of course, don't forget to click on that notification bell so you won't be in the dark when I post. You'll be updated. You'll be with the vibes. Okay, where the vibes at, that's where you'll be. So guys, thank you so much for joining, and stay blessed and stay safe.